Me, many times when problems are brought to a local municipality, there's some unrealistic expectations that we can go from here all the way back to here, or even all the way forward to here in one leap. And that, to me, is the most important thing that we understand here, that it's gonna start with communication and understanding. It's gonna come with maybe some common goals, but understanding that the process is tedious and long. And I think that's if as long as we all understand and know that,
Yeah.
that's critically important. I think I'm gonna name some other things that I'm sure you're aware of, that yes, there are certain zoning things that are within the purview of a particular town or village. However, there's overarching state, property laws that protect people's rights, and there are times when the town has tried to, and I'll just use the word preserve. For what purpose? We won't bicker about, but courts overturned because the most recent people who have moved here, who have purchased it, have more rights
Money
than,
got
right.
the power.
Correct. So, oftentimes the town is defeated even in some of the things that we're looking to do and I'll use the word preserve. It may not be the preservation or what this group is looking for, but.
So what you're saying is that there is something of a natural kind of alliance between the town, that part, the two different parts of town, Shinnecock and you all. You say you experience the same sorts of barriers.
We do. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we do find barriers in again, maybe different missions,
Mm-hmm.
but in trying to preserve zoning for what
Mm-hmm.
our legislators believe is the best for the residents they're representing.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes there are barriers that prevent
Mm-hmm.
the town from doing those types of things. So,
Any other things you'd like to say or any ideas?
I don't know.
okay, so I guess what I'd like to do is find out what it is you've got our attention,
Okay.
which is first step. What would you like the next step to be? Because we're really not, V and I are not necessarily, we're not the decision makers, we're facilitators.
Right.
She facilitates a lot of community projects. I facilitate many of the people who work here, okay? So we're facilitators, we're not the action people. So what I'd like to do is facilitate what it is you'd like to see happen next.
Well, I think first of all is to do a proper meeting with perhaps some of the elders.
Just thinking that.
And have them come in a different horizontal relationship, not a, can I please have a crumb, or, that kind of,
Mhm.
honestly,
Okay.
that's the hierarchical relationship that usually happens.
Okay.
But as stakeholders, which they are, perhaps arguably one of the most important stakeholders from our perspective.
Okay.
Maybe that's a teaching back that you guys, before you get there. But anyway, to facilitate an actual meeting between the mayor, city council member, and tribal elders and tribal members to actually converse about land use, and specifically equity sharing, and then the building and the creation of a land trust. That would be our suggestion.
All right.
We're always available to be consultants and helpers, and we'll stay in the process. We've already committed to staying in the process of changing the relationship between the museum and the Shinnecock Nation. And hopefully also the Chamber of Commerce, which seems a little more challenging. But we're gonna stay on it, and we love to stay involved with this as well to the extent that we can.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it's obviously what the nation wants. We're only here opening the door and making sure that relationship and dialogue begins. So I also thank you for actually sitting down with us and being open. That's a big step, you're right. But let's not just make this a politrickster move, as I affectionately call some of the folks in work in buildings like this.
I wish I was writing this stuff down.
We have a whole vocabulary.
Yeah.
And actually, that's right, there is a book called Poverty Scholarship, Poor People-Led Theory Across Mother Earth, so that'll be a handbook to help you
All right.
as you go forward. But let's not make this a politrickster move, let's make it an actual relationship
Right.
building and striking.
And I think it's important that we understand what is real
Understood.
with regards to, the responsibilities of our board and the parameters for which they can operate as well. And I think that's very important. I do think that the town does share a good relationship overall with, the Shinnecock Nation, which is surrounded by the town. And as a matter of fact, we have members of, or residents of Shinnecock on many of our decision-making boards and committees, which
employees.
is, and a fairly large number of employees as well. So from a participation standpoint, that's good, but I understand where this group is looking to go, and we need to get the right people in the room, as you said, to say, okay, here's what we're talking about, here's our role, and here are the roles of other people, and here's your avenue to them.
Exactly.
Okay? So our next point of contact will be through you?
Yes.
Okay.
Or actually, I can just contact.
Yeah.
or I can write down my.
Okay, but let me give you my card and number.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
I did.
Is that the card?
Is that the card I gave out?
No, that's my card.
Yes. I'm going to get my card because the police want my card.
Would you, I don't have any cards.
Okay.
Do you have just a number that I can write down? Or
Yeah.
Go ahead.